bro. Like, this is that Drake type stuff, bro.
You could
like,
dress up.
Is Devin done in boxing? I'm blowing up Subriel Matias' line right now.
You want Matias? That's who you calling for?
I want Matias. I don't think this is the time to baby him.
I saw Devin tweet. He was like, I could have been on that for myself. We got you big pockets, but you're not gonna make no money. You know what I mean?
Errol Spence is anti-corny.
That's a
Errol Spence has never been corny.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah. I'll be honest. I would really like to see Devin versus Paro. He just took down Matias, right? He's got.
Am I way off though? I've seen Ryan say this a lot, by the way. I've never taken a steroid in my life. Ostarine is not a steroid.
Right.
And we tend to think about steroids and PEDs like Popeye and his spinach. It don't work like that.
Work that way.
That is for when you're. So you see how unpopular your decision is now, or you see how much support he still has, and that's causing you to change your position. All of a sudden, now you want a rematch?
Right.
That's corny, dog.
It's corny, bro.
That's corny as hell, bro. Welcome to the Pull Kinda Podcast, the new home for boxing. My name is Wendy, and I am your host and curator, bringing you the most honest takes on the sport I love without the bias and without the politics. The spot where we can all lead, seasoned veterans to the game and newcomers alike. So stay strapped in, subscribe, wrap those hands right, give us 5 stars, and keep that chin tucked. Tell your people about us. So who you got? The Pull Kinda Podcast. Let's go. What's going on, people? Appreciate y'all pulling back up to the Pull Kinda Podcast. My name is Wendy, and I'm here with Brandon. Brandon, say what's up to the people.
What's up, my dog? It's good to be seen.
Hey, we are back. Long hiatus, but we have a lot going on. And just in life, there's a lot of transitionings happening. I hope y'all are doing well out there. But y'all already know what we here to do. We're going to get right into some boxing, man. You ready?
Let's talk boxing, bro. We had some great fights.
Let's get it. So the first fight I think we're going to go into is the Subriel Matias and Liam Paro fight, right?
Yeah.
My dog had a bad night, man.
Ruined the homecoming, bro.
Yeah, definitely ruined the homecoming for him, man. They were in Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah, NPR.
This was a bad situation.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just put it like that. He looked like he gassed out to an extent. You know what I mean? That's like it felt like obviously he's conditioned, but he seemed to get outworked at times in this fight.
I agree.
You know?
So first off, shout out to Matias having the homecoming, right?
Right.
Shout out to the show he put on. I know he had a lot of reggaeton stars out there, I think he was brought out by like 2 or 3 different artists. Like, it wasn't just one artist that brought him out.
Right.
The spectacle that he put on was fantastic. Eddie Hearn's a marketing genius, right? I like how he brings his like championship fighters back to their hometown.
Right.
So I thought the show that they were putting on was good. But like you mentioned to the fight, Matias' style, he just normally wears people down. It's kind of one of those styles where he starts real slow and he's like, eventually I'm going to get you.
Right.
And just some of the tactical little tricks that Paro had, I saw a bunch of different times where he kept making Matias reset.
Mm-hmm.
So like he would punch, grab him.
Right.
Or step aside, like just
that's smart.
Very small things that he would make Matias do to reset his feet.
Right.
And I agree with you. I think Matias got tired because Paro didn't wear down.
Right.
He was able to withstand the punishment.
I thought he showed the experience of his team more than anything.
Right.
And Matisse, damn, I always mess up his name. It is Matisse.
Subriel Matias.
Matias, yeah. I think we actually saw his team get a little exposed there.
Yeah.
Because understanding the pivots that need to be made, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Some of the changes.
Understanding some of the changes in the moment that also need to be made, especially when you got a guy who is essentially what we saw is Liam Paro outclass him.
Bro, I don't know if I've seen a run like this as far as like underdogs with big victories in a row. He's had some major victories in a row, taking off fighters that were difficult fighters, awkward fighters, popular fighters, right? And he's got some great victories in a row.
I mean, shout out to Australia. He's Australian, right?
I believe he is Australian.
Yeah, shout out to Australia, man, because I don't think they get enough credit for their string of pretty good fighters, like popular guys over there. Obviously, it's a smaller place, but it's more condensed as far as boxing fans go.
Yeah.
So shout out to y'all out there in the Outback. Y'all are doing y'all thing.
Yeah.
Now y'all got a new champ over there. salute to Liam Paro, man.
Bro, I love when fighters follow their game plan. Like you mentioned with the coaching.
Right.
The game plan was beautiful, and the execution of the game plan was beautiful.
Right. I'm not mad at it at all.
Yeah.
I can only congratulate again.
Do they have a rematch clause? Because he was
under. There was a rematch clause.
Yeah, so we have to do that twice. It's tough.
I haven't heard anything back from Matias' side, though. I haven't heard whether they are going to do it.
Yeah, I imagine.
You have to, right?
I imagine he would do that.
Honestly, he got to get back to that drawing board, though, right now.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do as of right now.
Right.
Because it wasn't connecting there.
Yeah.
Something was off. I don't know if it's extracurricular or if it literally does come down to his team slipping up and missing an opportunity to make a major change that needed to happen during that fight.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm open to seeing two.
Yeah, I would love to see that again. It was action packed. They stood kind of right in front of each other for the most part.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll see what comes next. Y'all already know. We'll keep y'all updated, and obviously we'll talk about it when it does actually happen. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. So that's all I got on that fight, bro. Big upset, but
yeah. Shout out to Paro, man. Great victory.
Shout out to Paro and shout out to Matias, man.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Okay, so the next fight, I actually missed this fight, bro. You watched this fight. I obviously know this is technically another upset, right? But
yeah,
this is Carlos Adames and Terrell Gausha, Olympian.
Oh no, that wasn't the upset though.
No. Gausha did one. Yeah, my fault. So how did you take that fight, man?
So I'm gonna be honest, I was a little disappointed in Adames. I would just attribute maybe Gausha's good performance to maybe moving up in weight. Maybe he shouldn't have stayed down at 54 for so long.
Right.
But having seen Gausha multiple times out at 54, I figured that Adames would look fantastic and possibly stop him.
Right.
He looked pretty good early, but Gausha was able to maintain. He stayed with him.
Right.
He won a lot of the middle rounds, and it ended up going to decision where it was close. I don't really know what was missing from Adames' game plan. Maybe he should have fought southpaw a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I see him fight. He switches a lot. I think he's really dominant in southpaw sometimes. And I don't know if he didn't switch enough. Maybe because Gausha throws a really good right hand, and when you go southpaw, you're kind of just right there for the right hand.
Right, and he knows his game.
Yeah.
If he felt switching switching a little more frequently would have gave him an advantage.
Yeah,
he would have did that.
That's the only thing I could think of, but I just didn't like the way he looked against Gausha. And like I said, Gausha fared well. It ended up being I think, like, to the eye test, it was a closer fight than it should have been.
Right.
Gausha was able to land some pretty good punches towards the middle rounds, and I thought Adames was going to stop him. To be clear, and he didn't. So I think it's back to the drawing board for Adames, because Janabek is like the real guy that you got to be worried about in that division. And the way that he fought Gausha, he would get knocked out by Janabek.
I'm not sure Janabek really has anybody that I see that can give him any kind of real work or be a real threat to him right now. Not right now.
Yeah, I think that's clear. I kind of had a different light of Adames, and I don't want this fight to change how I was looking at him, but I'm like, dang, like, you fought like that, bro. That's not going to do it. And I had him in a different tier. I dropped him down the rung. I was like, I don't know.
I'm not going to front. I like Adames, but to me, I never. If we're doing grading scale, I've never considered him an A fighter. I never did. I just never did. I'm not going to front. But he was serviceable. If I had to grade him again, I would maybe say B. He reminded me of a. And it's funny because the guy had the same haircut, but he was champ too. He was champ at 154, I believe. He had he was like a fake OBJ. He was at 154.
You talking about the southpaw? Canelo beat him?
Nah, Canelo didn't fight him. He was trying to fight the Charlos for. Actually, he either hit a Charlo or got hit by a Charlo not too long ago. I think he's from Jersey or something like that. What's his name? The cat who had the OBJ hairstyle, man.
He's a southpaw.
I don't think he's a southpaw, bro. Damn, y'all know out there. I'm gonna put his picture up somewhere around here, man. But damn, what's his name? He was a champ too. I think it was at 154.
If it's who we're talking about, he was a champion. He fought Canelo, and he fought the Charlo. He fought.
That's not him. Nah. That's not him. Hey, y'all, I can't remember his name. But I'll put it somewhere. Like I said, somewhere. Okay. Yeah, he had the OBJ haircut. He's from up north somewhere, and he just got into a little scrap with I think maybe Jermel out somewhere, or it probably was Jamal. What's his name? I can't remember. He was champ for a little bit, but
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll move on.
Yeah, you gotta bring that. Once you figure it out, you gotta let me know too, because it's gonna bug me.
Yeah, if I wasn't operating the cameras right now, I would have put up on my phone or something.
But what am I looking for? Let me look it up.
Boxer. He got into a little scrap with Jermel Charlo recently.
Let me see.
He's one of those guys who, like a Sean Porter type fighter, who wasn't that like super skilled or super great, but he was a champ. What's his name? Black dude from up north. He was champ at 154.
You're not talking about Austin Trout, because that's what I'm talking about.
Not Austin Trout.
Okay, that's what I was talking about.
He's light-skinned kid, light-skinned black guy. With the
hair like OBJ.
OBJ, literally with the bleach and everything. He was like a fake OBJ.
Jared Hurd.
Yes.
Thank you.
So it makes sense now. Jared Hurd.
Yeah, Jared Hurd. Yeah.
Jared Hurd.
Yes. Jared Hurd. And he does have the OBJ.
Yes, he got the OBJ haircut.
Jared Hurd.
Was it Jermel that he saw in public and they kind of had a thing? No, it was both of them actually. And I think he pushed Jermel and then Jamal jumped in.
That would make sense. He's trying to get his career back.
Yeah, he took I think 2 losses, or was it one?
A couple of bad ones. Two bad ones. Yeah.
Bro, he was getting beat so bad. He needed nose surgery. Yeah. Every time he talked now, he talked with
He wasn't moving his head.
Yeah. Jared Hurd.
Almost remind me of like Matias type
style. That's what I was trying to compare him to. That's
just walk forward and bully you type.
Yes. Jared Hurd. And he was at 154, right? He definitely wasn't at 47.
Yeah, he was 54. He was a weight bully at 54. He was a weight bully.
I don't think it was 60.
No, it was 54.
It was 54. Yes. Jared Hurd. I'm tempted to keep all that. I might cut it, but I'm tempted to keep it because y'all can see a little bit of this process in the background.
Jared Hurd.
But yes, Jared Hurd is who Adames reminds me of style-wise.
Yeah.
Style-wise.
But see, I feel like Adames normally got a little bit more to him.
He does.
He got a little bit more to him.
But that's what I felt when I first got on him. When I first was seeing him, you're right. Yeah, it felt like he had a little more. I don't know what it was with him, but it seemed like he slowed down a little bit from my perspective.
Yeah, I hate when fighters change trainers a lot. He was with Robert Garcia.
Yes.
And I feel like he had a little bit more shit to him when he was with Robert Garcia.
Yes. So yes, that's what I'm seeing. But
I'm with you.
Hey. All right, so we got that.
Yeah.
All right, so now this was actually the upset that I was referring to, and that was the Puello versus Antuanne Russell fight, man.
Yeah, man.
That was the upset, bro.
Yeah, man. So just to start, what a fight in regards to like the output, great pace to the fight.
Yeah.
Both guys trying to win.
Right.
So Puello, kind of in a tough spot, needing to get back in that, making sure he stays in that mix.
Right.
And then Antuanne Russell being the undefeated fighter, pretty much knocking out almost all his opponents. He was going for it the entire time. I think the fight started off really good with Antuanne pressing, and I think he felt like eventually he was going to be able to close that door. Right. I was very surprised with Puello's ability to be able to box. They box in really close quarters.
Right.
His jab really close was really good. He's a really tall guy. He was able to hook close without opening up too much and getting hurt. He fought with his back against the ropes for a lot of the fight. But he was just really good and really comfortable in the close quarters, which I think surprised Antuanne, because that's normally where he's going to dominate.
Where he actually bullies from
where he bully people. Right. Puello's a really tall fighter and wasn't able to be bullied. And then he just ended up landing the more difficult shots going down the stretch of the fight.
Right. The more substantial shots, if anything.
Right.
Now, if I can just ask you this one thing, right?
Yeah.
Or I guess two things. Was it a great night for Puello or a terrible night for Russell?
So I think it was a couple of things. Maybe I don't think Antuanne was able to make the necessary adjustments. I'm gonna be honest. The Russell family, throw that damn face mask thing away, bro. For
the swelling
in the corner, they do this swelling with the face mask,
bro. MF Doom,
bro. His damn eye was swelling up, and it's like it wasn't. The face mask thing wasn't hitting it.
It don't make sense.
So that's the first thing when I was watching the fight. I'm like, damn, if they need to put the real inswell on there. and maybe some of the swelling could go down because his eye did look like it was bothering him a little bit. I don't know if he got like, every once in a while you can get like an eye jammy, like a little with your thumb, right. So I think he had kind of had one of those, and then just the way Puello was able to box, he started walking into bombs. When you have to kind of fight in that close quarters. Right. He was kind of walking into bombs, and then having the long hair. That's the one thing sometimes too. When you have like long hair or dreads, right. Like the good punches that was landing, you could see his head rock. You could see the hair move.
The judges see that, is what
right. The judges see all of those things. But I definitely think it was just not being able to execute in the close range. He had so much power that it was like, it's close. If he lands a couple of those, he's turning the fight. But he just wasn't able to.
He seems to put a good amount of leverage on his shots. The mechanics are on point.
Yeah, maybe too much though. Maybe every punch almost is like he's trying to get you out of there, and that probably happens when you have so many knockouts on your record. But yeah, I think it's just small adjustments. I'd love to see that fight again.
I'm not mad at you. I have to watch. I actually have to really dive into that fight.
It's a really good fight, man.
Yeah. So
shout out to Puello, like I mentioned, for being able to fight with within those close quarters and do well. He was comfortable pretty much everywhere. He has a great coach. That's actually the coach that Adames has too. He has a bunch of those Dominican guys, and he's got those guys fighting, man. He also does Mario Barrios and
okay, so he got a good stable.
He's got a good stable, man. He's got a good coach, and he seemed very like calm in the corner during everything that was going on.
Right.
And yeah, I think it was, sometimes styles make fights.
Right.
Puello's like a spider, bro. His arms are so long. He might be the tallest 140.
Yeah.
He might be the tallest 140-pounder, and that just wasn't the best matchup for him.
Right.
I'm not going to be honest. He's a tough matchup for a lot of guys. If he can stay at 140.
Exactly. I was about to say, we'll see.
Yeah, if he can stay at 140, he's just a little awkward.
All right, so those were a few of the undercards, and the Subriel Matias fight was on a
different card.
A different card completely. The Zone. Shout out to him. But everybody's looking forward to these other fights, man. The last two fights on this card, obviously that's what everybody's waiting on, all right? So we're going to go ahead and start with the David Benavidez and Oleksandr Gvozdyk fight.
Y'all know I always leave the tough names for winning.
Bro, I had to practice that, bro. I had to practice that. All right, so David Benavidez might need to go back to 168, bro.
Think so?
I think I text you that the night of the fight, bro. But
do you think it's one of those things that he could, obviously, like, he's a big guy, but can he mature into the weight a little bit more? Like,
bro, the man was like 250 something when he was like 14 bro. Mature into the weight.
Right.
He got to get down to make that weight.
Oh, no, he's definitely, definitely.
Yeah. He don't walk around 175.
Oh, no, hell no.
But that power is something different. At that weight division, those guys are used to throwing them shots and used to taking them shots.
You can just tell those guys at 175 are big dudes.
Look how he looked, though. Look how Gvozdyk looked.
Big dudes.
Like, when you compare, he was stout. Like,
he was shredded.
At 37 years old, bro, he looked crazy compared to Benavidez. We're used to Benavidez. I mean, he was stout, bro, and we don't normally see Benavidez look like the smaller guy.
Yeah, David's never going to look like a bodybuilder.
No,
he's never the
smaller guy like that. And to me, from my eye test, he looked. I don't know how you saw it. He looked like the smaller guy.
Oh, definitely, he was 100% was a smaller guy.
That he wasn't able to walk. He couldn't do nothing as far as walking him down. Now, I did see some nice things. He threw some nice shots. He was really good on his feet.
Yeah.
More specifically, early on, I'm gonna say that because some of that kind of faded.
Yeah, he had really good energy, good bounce,
great energy,
really
great
good
bounce.
Rhythm to how he was fighting.
Right.
I just like some of the little nuance that David has when he gets close and. You know, because a lot of times when people come forward, they're just there to be hit.
Right.
And he's kind of not, he's kind of there. He's very slick and he's got some shit to him. But I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. The opponent was Gvozdyk.
Yeah.
He was a big ass dude, bro.
He was huge, yeah.
He's a big dude.
I think they just pulled him up off the couch, and I thought this would have been a great showcasing if he was able to give him a early exit or even a mid-fight exit or something like that, 6th, 7th round.
In Gvozyk's defense, right? I know he's 37, but I think he had like 2 or 3 years off.
That's a lot.
And prior to that, well, not fighting, but prior to that, his only loss was Beterbiev.
Yeah.
And that supposedly he's giving Beterbiev
the guy's an Olympian.
Yeah, he's giving Beterbiev his best fight.
Toughest fight.
Yeah, I saw Robert Garcia just talk about it because he trained Gvozdyk early. A lot of those Lithuanian guys were coming to like Oxnard and stuff like that when they first came. I think they still took over. I think they took over Robert Garcia's old gym, as a matter of fact, in Oxnard. But in any case, he just was talking about how big of a guy Gausha is in real life.
Right.
Like he's a big ass dude.
He's big as hell.
Yeah.
And he gets down to
he
that.
probably could be like a light heavyweight.
Easy.
So yeah.
Right.
So
and I'm not mad at 37-year-olds that still are in shape, bro.
Oh, he was in fantastic shape.
Yeah. But just compared to what we expect, because nobody expected that. We expected,
when you just look at the numbers,
right.
37,
right.
he hasn't fought in so long. David, easy night for David. He gonna get him up out of there.
Bingo.
But yeah, like you mentioned, his pedigree and just the guy being an Olympian, fighting his whole life, being tough as shit, only having now 2 losses, but 1 loss before that, only being better beef.
Right.
It was tougher than we thought.
Right. Definitely tougher than we thought.
It's tougher than we thought.
Right. I saw some good things from David that fight. But overall, and again, you remember our text messages. Overall, what I said in the beginning of this, talking about this fight, I feel like he's way more dominant at 168. Yeah. Way more dominant.
You think he got to be selective? Different. You think he got to be selective at 175?
Yes.
Like at 68, it was whoever, whenever, right? But 75, he might got to be a little selective.
He's already talking about beating Bivol. I just when you talk about styles making fights, I can't see that right now.
It's a tough style.
Tough style for anybody.
Big guy too, though. Bill was a big dude, tough style.
Just got to knock out his last one.
He got good movement, underrated power, sneaky power.
Sneaky power. Yes.
And then, like you mentioned, if David isn't all the way there, are you gonna be able to do enough to affect Bivol from all the rhythm and the movement and all that?
Nobody's been able to do it yet.
Yeah. So I'd love to see it. I'm not gonna lie. I really want to see David fight Morrell, dog.
That would be good. David fight Morrell.
Yeah.
Benavidez fight Morrell.
Yeah, I want to see Benavidez fight fight Morrell, bro. Yeah. I want to see that fight so bad.
I like that.
That's the fight I want right now, bro.
That fight makes sense though.
Same side of the street.
They can make that happen. That's the fight I want.
Like, let's go. That's what I want to see.
I don't want to see him say Bivol. I don't want to see him say Better Beef. Fight Morrell, dog.
Fight Morrell, bro.
I like
that's the fight that I want to see.
I agree. Then that could be a stepping stone for those guys. Like we gotta get a belt for that to be for some. That gotta be for some belt. Right.
So whoever got a belt, one of them guys snatch that up. We need to see that. And then, like you mentioned, that's the fight I want to see, bro.
Good point. I like that a lot.
I want to see that fight.
Yeah, I like that one. All right, so I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
But as far as that night for Benavidez, shout out to him on the win.
Yeah, I heard also that he got a cut in his eye before the fight, because I did see him have like a little mark. Yeah. But then he actually was cut before. So I'm like, man, salute to you for not punking out and just having that dog anyway, man.
I mean, you're not missing the tank card.
Yeah, shout out to David for being a dog.
Because there's a lot of guys that and salute to him for being a dog, like you say. But there's a lot of guys that with a cut like that, they're not fighting. They're not fighting.
Yeah.
But this for David is almost a once in a lifetime chance to be on a tank card. And you've seen in the pressers how they talked about each other, bigging each other up.
Yeah, they
like,
did big each other up.
I'm finally on a tank card and tank. Oh, I'm on a David Benavidez card. So he wasn't missing that. Because when you mentioned that, I hadn't seen the stitches yet.
Yeah.
But when you look, I saw stitches, bro. Like,
yeah, there was
like a mark there.
Yeah, he had a real cut.
Yeah,
because at first it looked like, he might have got a little beat up, but nah, he really had a cut before, and really probably shouldn't even have been in the fight.
Probably not.
Yeah,
but I mean that didn't affect it.
It didn't affect him at all.
So
his dad knows like he's a badass anyway. So
yeah, he really is. Yeah, El Monstro.
That's one thing I just respect about him, man. Is just his dog.
Right. Salute to him. We're looking to see what David Benavidez is gonna do next.
Yeah, is it down to 68 or does he stay at 75 and keep going?
I think right now, and I'm gonna say this, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. We'll see. But I think his last performance made Canelo a little excited. I think Canelo might be licking his chops for a super fight at 68.
I can see that, but my only question is what kind of parameters are put on him if they do a fight? How much weight can he gain? Stuff like that. So.
I don't see that happening without parameters.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
And I think Canelo will do that. And I think David Benavidez will accept the fight.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a once in a lifetime. So if I'm Canelo, I would have been licking my chops. Oh, I see holes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
I would have been licking my chops for sure. All right, so on from that fight, the fight of the night, man.
Yeah, I got so many things to say about this.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. So Gervonta Tank Davis versus Frank the Ghost Martin. God.
Yeah, man.
Bro, let's go, man. What do you guys say about this one, bro?
Cerebral. He got speed, power.
Man, Tank showed levels, bro.
His defense.
Yeah.
Game plan execution. Right. This whole narrative of him just being some big dummy that's coming forward throwing bombs is it couldn't be further.
Is that really a narrative out there?
I feel like it is, bro.
No way.
I feel like it got exposed when Eddie Hearn started talking about it too. Like that's really what people think about him. Like, you know,
I think he said he low-key called him dumb. I think he said inarticulate or something like that. Right? You know how they do. Yeah,
you know how they do, right? But it's like, okay, that's really what y'all think. But like, when he puts gloves and boxer shoes on, he's out thinking these guys
easily
thinking circles around these guys, right? Knowing like literally in the corner talking to his coach. Now he ain't slowed down yet. This is what we're gonna do, right? Like you very rarely see that. Usually the coach is just giving you pointers. You're barely saying anything back. Full conversations like, oh no, he ain't slowed down yet. Oh, watch his brick. Yeah, he throwing his brick hand. This is what I'm gonna do next. Like full. In thought, bro, like
him and Calvin Ford, they're good partners, bro.
Oh my goodness,
I think it's a great marriage.
Wonderful dynamic.
Keep it that dynamic.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
Dynamic.
Absolutely.
But just in regards to, I just get more and more impressed because I think he shows levels every time. He's doing whatever he wants in there.
Right.
He's very observant. And I know he has like a few marks in his face, but in my opinion, for the style of fight he fights, he barely ever gets touched really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bro. It could be a little bit cleaner, but we also maybe won't get the knockouts that we get. So I feel like for the style of fight that he gets, for the style that he has, his defense is probably about as sharp as it could be for him to be able to catch and counter and stay as
right.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to the Mayweather School of Boxing.
Right.
Shout out to the Mayweather School. He's one of Floyd's Padawans. But just looking at the fight, I think he was able to drag Frank Martin into deep waters.
For sure.
I think that, like you said, I heard him in that corner. Like, you know, he's seeing what's happening. You know what I mean? I think he drug him into deep waters.
Yeah.
I think from what I saw, Frank Martin maybe should have, when Tank was throwing, because Tank started throwing that uppercut early. Tank, I don't know if I texted you that or what.
It's always there. He's just always checking.
Always. Just in case.
He's always checking. Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
And I felt like Frank should have also threw his, bro. Because I think that's a shot we didn't see much from Frank that fight. I mean, from Frank Martin that fight, bro. I think he should have threw that same shot just to get Tank up off him. Because that shot wasn't coming, so Tank really didn't have to worry about that. He can always dip to that side when he wanted to and throw it.
Yeah.
Frank wasn't about to do it. Frank, especially when Frank got up against that corner, he was looking for a counter from time to time, but it was never really an uppercut.
Frank did start the fight well.
Oh, he did.
Right.
He started the fight
well.
Just say that.
Yeah, he started the fight.
I'm gonna give him credit for that.
Yeah, he started the fight great.
Right.
The game plan was there in regards to the idea of sticking and moving and using his legs. Right.
Yeah. But that ain't enough.
Right. I think that's a good way to start a fight against Tank. Mm-hmm. I think you got to have a second plan B. Oh. And I think you got to transition to plan C. And you know what I mean? I think
okay. So let's unpack that right quick.
Yeah.
Tank Davis. I think historically, right, most will agree that Tank Davis is a slow starter. I think that's a trend in the Mayweather School of Boxing.
I'm not even gonna put it in the Mayweathers because one of the other greatest fighters ever, Terrence Crawford's fantastic at it too.
Okay, that's fair.
He kind of just seeing what you got.
Yes. I'm gonna feel you out first.
They're so talented. Like I'm not worried about myself getting hurt.
No,
let's just see. Yeah, let's just see what you got.
Yeah, let's see what you got first.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so if I go in knowing that, right, and this is somebody I sparred before, right, I'm going in there to rough you up right away.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to argue that Frank Martin is a stronger, physically stronger person. That's it. I ain't saying more. Physically. I'm not going to say more athletic because we've seen Tank off the top rope, but physically stronger. Like, and you wrestled. I wrestled in high school. Anybody that's wrestled, you should understand body position. You understand how to move somebody. Now, he was grabbing Tank a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
But move him around a little more. I actually want to see you be physical with him in the early rounds, though. Yeah. In the get it off in the early rounds, right? Rough him up as much as you can. And I thought going to the ropes was a little, I'm not gonna say elementary, but I can't even say ill-advised because he kept getting instructed to stay away from the ropes. But that ended up being some of his some of his major mistakes that couldn't really be erased.
You think it's like the mental pressure where it's like
it's big, right? Yeah. The mental pressure is amazing. I mean, we saw the flinch saw around the world, right?
Yeah,
like that's mental, bro. Yeah. Like I already got you flinching, bro. I ain't throwing a punch and you flinching like this, bro. That's
a lot of these guys haven't been in front of those crowds and stuff, right?
The lights are bright,
and I think it's one of those things too. It's like maybe when he hasn't even done anything, but Tank throw a good punch or something, the crowd react different,
right?
And you're like, oh shit, I gotta, you know what I mean? I gotta be on my square. You know, you're so worried about all those different things, and then it just starts to unfold.
He always has a good counter while he's moving. He fights decent. I think he fights decent off his back foot. Decent for a guy who started late. Mm-hmm. He at times his counters were good, but Tank Davis.
That uppercut scares people to go to the body.
Oh, for sure. Because absolutely.
I noticed he didn't. One thing I thought was missing is he didn't go to the body at all. Mm-hmm. I think that might be like the only time you ever seen Tank. Nah, I wouldn't even say have trouble because I thought he did well against Pitbull, but it was a closer fight that people, the world masses think it was a good fight.
Yes.
Pitbull was able to go to the body. Right? And Pitbull came in with a good defense to the uppercut. He knew the uppercut was coming.
Great defense,
and he had a great defense for the uppercut. Right? He game planned to block the uppercut.
Bro, that's one of Tank's best shots.
Right?
Like, what are you doing?
Right.
I haven't seen it in a long time where Tank knocks somebody out with a jab.
Yeah.
I just haven't seen that in a long time. So why aren't you like? Why did they study the Pitbull fight? And by the way, there's rumors of them working on that again. Right. But did they study the Pitbull fight? Why are you getting caught with an uppercut still? Did you see the Leo Santa Cruz fight? What's going on? Are these guys studying any tape?
Come on, Derek
James.
Come on, Derek James.
And another one bites the dust because apparently he left Derek James as well. I wonder if Derek James is going to sue him. But come on, Derek James, like you said.
Like,
why aren't you studying the uppercut? That's Tank's biggest shot. That's his favorite shot. It's fun. You see how he throws it, like
the leverage he gets.
The leverage, yes, the perfect word. The leverage that he gets on that uppercut every single time. And it don't matter where it connects.
Yeah, everybody doesn't throw it like that.
Nah.
It reminds me
like he winds it up.
Couple uppercuts that come to mind to me that are memorable is Zab Judah and Andre Berto.
Oh,
both guys threw fantastic uppercuts.
Yes.
Everybody doesn't throw it like that.
Nah.
Yeah.
But why aren't you prepared for that? That's my question. You know what I mean? And again, that comes down to the coach. Because if he can't break the habit of backing up into that rope, even when you say it, that's a problem.
It's like he wasn't getting through. Like I heard Derek James saying it, but it was like he wasn't getting through.
Sure.
Every once in a while, you got to get through. Like, bro, you get on that rope, you're gonna get hurt. Like,
he seems like a nice guy, like a mild mannered guy. Like he ain't gonna grab you, he ain't gonna yell at you.
Really amicable.
I don't think he cursed. I don't hear him ever get like rah, like yo, do this. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't really get that from him. And I ain't trying to bash him or nothing, but your fighter clearly missed some steps there. Like somewhere there, he missed some steps that could have definitely helped him. Stay off that damn rope, bro. You were actually doing decent.
He was doing decent.
You were doing decent.
He was doing decent. But again, Tank was on the other side, just calculating, talking it out. He gonna slow down. Oh, he's slowing down now, and just being able to turn it up. The other thing that I'm so impressed by with Tank is a lot of guys that they consider power punchers. Their power doesn't translate later in the round, later in the fights. Like usually after the 6th round or something, all these quote unquote power punchers don't get nobody out of there no more.
Right.
They struggle late in fights. His power carries going forward, going backwards.
Shout out to conditioning.
His power carries right hand, left hand. Like certain people are special. You know what I mean? Like there's power, and then there's like there's a few people every so often that are just
special.
They're special. Like he hurts everyone he touches, bro.
And I mean, his IQ is such
that IQ is special.
His IQ is such that he's gonna pepper your body a little bit. And as you know, we got conditioning that affects your punching power late in rounds, and we also got how much you've been tenderized.
Yeah.
So a lot of these guys be getting tenderized, dog.
He's super accurate.
It feels
too.
different throwing that punch or throwing that power shot or trying to get that power in from your legs to throw that good shot, right? So and like you said, he is
super accurate, pinpoint accurate,
super accurate, bro.
He puts you know what I mean? He's touching on that chin, like he's just. Man, I'm just always so impressed, man. That was a great performance.
His performance definitely impressive.
We're paying for pay-per-views and we're getting knockouts. You know what I mean? It's like, man, like money spent, like, all right, cool. That was, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, no qualms. I'm texting, like, oh, it was cool.
Right.
Like,
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah,
at
not
all,
even
man.
mad about the money spent. Like, word.
Shout out to Tank Davis. He's giving us a show in the ring. He's giving us a show from the top ropes, doing his little backflipping and all that kind of stuff, showing you, yo, I can still go. I still got energy. You know what I'm saying? So
seems focused too. Like maybe you know, sitting down for a little bit, all that type of stuff.
That probably helped him.
Got his mind right.
That probably helped him. So I like what I saw, man.
I like what I saw.
I love what I saw. Yes. Yeah. Just that different level of focus, the different level, like how he was like just like locked in. That felt special to me. Like you said, seeing him in the corner talking, bro, you're like thinking in there, like this is different.
Explaining it, like this is what we're gonna do.
Right.
X, Y, and Z, like that's crazy.
Right. And yeah, Calvin Ford a little lucky to have a fighter that's locked in with that loyal and locked in with him like that. Like that's special.
You can see that's what happens when you're a good person. You know.
Right. There's definitely a level of loyalty there that you don't really see much because nobody's gonna. I don't think Calvin's been in last I checked, I don't think he's been in serious consideration for Coach of the Year or anything like that. And granted, there's been a gap and all that kind of stuff, and he's been in his thing, and Tank's been in his thing, but like I don't know if he gets that kind of acknowledgement because they are a team. They are such a team that like Tank has a lot of input, so it's not like I mean, but hey, I think that's all I have on that fight, man. Salute to Frank Martin too. You did your thing.
Shout out to Frank. And what I like about Frank, what he been doing too, is he's still been doing his social media thing. Ain't been tail tucking, ain't been hiding.
I like that.
No reason to put his head down. You know what I mean?
It just did your thing.
Yeah, he just was in. That's what we need. That's what we need to keep going with boxing. Is when guys lose, but they go out trying to do the best they can and things of that nature. We don't gotta, condemn them for losing.
Right. And I'm glad you said that because that closes this up, and we are going to take a quick break, but that's the perfect segue into this next section, bro, that we're going to talk about. Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Yeah. All right, y'all. We'll be right back. All right, let's go. And we are back from that non-commercial break. All right, so let's get right into it, man. We're not going to spend too much time here, but it's something we can't avoid, bro. And I hope this is the last time we got to talk about this.
Probably until they fight again.
until because as you saw, I don't know if you saw, but all of a sudden now, Devin is asking for the rematch.
Oh, 100%. Once that other money came up, he saw how funny that was.
Right. What?
He saw how funny the money was. Yeah.
That must have been what it was. How funny the money was, like you said, man. The flip flopping for me is a little weird, bro, and it's tough for me too because Devin is somebody that I felt bad. I would say we both felt. It's fair to say.
I felt bad for him, bro.
But how he's been moving now is like it's kind of funny, dog. It's kind of corny to me, bro.
That's the word. That's the word, bro.
Yeah,
that's the word, bro. It's corny, bro.
Like hold on. Did you see the bowling alley?
I couldn't watch.
Was that like new or did they just repost something old, bro?
New, bro. I couldn't even watch the whole video.
That was cringe as hell, bro. You can't even dance, my guy. What are you doing? Like, and then you're dancing for that? Like, what is this?
What's going on?
You just started dancing when somebody said he got suspended? It's very weird, dog.
What's going on?
This is where that private school talk comes into play. Remember all that private school talk they were saying? Like, I don't necessarily agree with it, but this is where it comes into play, bro. Like, this is that Drake type stuff, bro.
You could dress up. You could dress it up. You can go to the store and buy the outfit off the mannequin and everything, but
the Tank outfit,
corny stuff starts to come out, and you be like, "Nah, he's really corny."
Bro, corny
like,
sticks to you, bro.
No way, bro. Yeah. You're corny, bro.
Yeah, that dance for sure proved it to me, dog.
And it goes back to when he immediately rushed to ESPN to do that interview.
Right.
I was like, something about this I just don't like.
Right.
Now I'm seeing he was trying to go to YouTube and DAZN and get the fight taken down.
Yeah, that was rough, bro. And they said, nah, bro. Nah, we can't help you with that, bro. We DAZN.
Somebody need to take Devin's phone from him, bro.
Right. And his car keys.
Like, bro.
Yeah. And his car keys. Just give him a break.
It looks like just the optics just looks weak.
Yeah.
None of this comes from a place of strength. None of it.
Nah, none of it.
It looks very, very weak.
And again, if as a man, as some would say, some of the more athletic, the more capable people in our society, these are professional fighters, right? I'm sorry, but I expect when you say something for you to stand on that. All the kids are saying, stand on business, right?
Right.
Like, you say you're never gonna fight him. Oh, I want to take it to the. What do you say? I want to do something more on his little ESPN interview, all that kind of stuff. Okay, cool. I'm assuming you're not gonna fight him because you dislike him this much now because you found out what he did supposedly, and you also don't want to get him paid. I think I mentioned that on the last episode.
Right.
So you see how unpopular your decision is now. Or you see how much support he still has, and that's causing you to change your position. All of a sudden, now you want a rematch?
Right.
To me, that's corny, dog.
It's corny, bro.
That's corny as hell, bro. If you said you ain't gonna fight him, and this is beyond boxing, and you want to do all that kind of crap, all right, cool. You're gonna say that, cool. Keep it that though.
Right.
You know what I mean? At least come to your senses to be like, hey, I don't mean the street stuff, but I don't want to fight him anymore. I think he should be out of boxing or whatever.
Right, ban him from the sport, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
All this other, now you want to fight him again. Your dad just said ban him from the sport a few weeks ago.
Right.
Now you want to fight him again.
Right.
It's just real corny, bro. It reeks of like poor decisions, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Just what they say, rich dude making poor decisions, bro.
Yeah.
And then like you said, the dancing, like what do you dancing?
I see him arguing with people in comments, the back and forth, the constant posting.
Yeah, I don't really like it. I don't like how it looks.
It's coming from the optics of it is just weak.
Right. Now, being that you just said that, a question I have to ask. Is Devin done?
I think they have to be very, very careful with Devin because it's showing me that his ego can be fractured. Right? Took a lot of damage in that fight. Whatever they claim Ryan took or he was on, whatever the case may be, we saw the fight.
Right.
That didn't get deleted. Right? In none of our minds.
We'll never forget it.
We'll never forget it. He took a lot of damage, right? So I'm not saying that obviously people's bodies can't heal and he can't come back stronger, but mentally, right? The first little sign of wobbling or the first little time you get hurt, are you gonna tail tuck and be like, uh-oh, right? Because before when that happened, you were undefeated mentally and physically in the ring, and you were like, oh no, I could withstand this. I could bite down.
Right.
I don't know. That first punch that lands real good, what will it do to your psyche? I'm not sure.
Me neither.
Not sure.
And I think I mentioned something a few episodes ago, and I think you remember it when I said something simple, but nobody else, like I haven't heard it anywhere else, right? Something simple. Ryan Garcia wasn't following hashtag Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney was.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still is. That's easy to check. But what that tells me is you're extremely self-conscious and extremely critical of what other people think.
Well, yeah, other people think of you.
That don't got to do with what you think.
Right.
That's what other people think.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
No, 100%.
So, and that was telling me, oh, he's going to take this fight hard.
Right. The loss, he took it very difficult.
He's going to take this loss very hard.
People joking on him and in the comments.
Oh, his nose is that. You know what I mean? Like, you take all that to heart, bro.
Yeah, it matters to him.
That matters to you.
Yeah.
That matters to you. And I get it. And I get it. I mean, this is America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people have insecurities, et cetera, et cetera.
We all do.
But, man, I knew he would take it tough. Yeah. And
it's worse than I thought.
It's worse than I thought. Is Devin done in boxing? No. Is Devin done on that level? I believe so. I'm going to go on that ledge. I believe so. On that level?
Yeah. I think from this point on, Bill and Devin get extremely picky on who he fights. If he is able to stay in any sort of position of power, they're very picky about the opponents.
Champion recess right now, right?
Champion recess right now, 140. Shout out to Puello.
I think... Okay, just piggybacking on that question of if Devin is done.
If Devin's done.
I'm blowing up Subriel Matias' line right now.
You want Matias? That's who you're calling for?
I want Matias. From what I just saw.
Yeah.
Because I feel you on what you just said, right? I don't think this is the time to baby him. I don't think this is and I don't like the idea of because I think we talked about this last episode. Take a year, take 2 years off. I think right now, Devin's in a critical point in his career.
Yeah.
If he, with how unpopular he is right now.
So unpopular.
If he takes a year, he talked about 2 years coming back. I can fight at any weight now.
Yeah.
If he does that, it's done.
So I know for sure they already had a bid for the Sandor Martin fight.
Sandor Martin, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I don't like that fight for him.
Where they got no money.
Right.
I think it was like 2.1 million or something total.
Not Golden Boy. It was
back
Bob
to Top
Arum.
Rank. Bob Arum.
Top Rank.
Something
Top Rank
like
was
that,
the one.
right?
Yeah, and low ball. I don't know if it's
nobody else. Nobody else. Yeah. Yeah, nobody else bid.
Sad, bro.
Right. I saw Devin tweet. He was like, I could have bid on that shit myself. We got your big pockets, but you're not gonna make no money. You know what I mean? You're not gonna make no money on the next one, bro. Yeah. Like, and that shows you, because if there was a Ryan fight to be bid on, or if there was a Tank fight to be bid on, they would have bid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it shows you kind of what not only the fans think, but that's what boxing, that's what the other promoters think,
brass,
right? The brass of boxing thinks of you and what they think you can generate. Because if it's not like Sandor Martin is not a household name.
No, he's not. That's
right.
I don't like that fight for him.
But
right
I'm gonna be honest. If Tank was fighting that guy, they would have put it on Amazon Prime pay-per-view.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference, right?
Right.
So I think I'm comfortable with Devin there. I mean, it's a boxing fight. Martin's awkward. He's awkward, but I don't see no worries there in regards to his power. I'll be honest. I would really like to see Devin versus Paro. He just took down Matias, right? He's on a really, really big upset streak. I'm not saying this is easy, but I would like that, and I would feel more comfortable if I was one of the handlers with Devin and his team. With that, I still don't like Devin's chin against Matias's punches.
Okay, I agree, but I'm just speaking to his legacy.
Right.
I'm just speaking to his confidence level. I think if you put him in there with the guy that we're just saying right now that we think he can beat, I don't think that does anything for his career. I don't think that does anything for his legacy.
Get back in there looking good though.
Right. And we just seen Matias look not so good.
I agree.
That's the worst I've seen him look since I've been watching him, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just think if we're looking at rehabbing Devin's career, get him in there with a monster that didn't look so scary his last outing, bro. Matias didn't look that.
He didn't look that scary, but I'm gonna give you the picture that I was trying to paint for him. You remember when he fought Kambosos? Okay. I'm trying to give him. I'm trying to give him another Kambosos.
What that do for his? What that do for his
psyche?
Though?
No, not for the. I think if you go in there and look flawless, like, oh man, he was back untouchable. He was back sharp. You know what I mean? He's back firing on all cylinders. Hey, maybe Ryan did. Hey, Ryan cheated. Remember that? You know, I think it does something for the optics of him looking another class above somebody else.
I don't like the idea of him getting in there with somebody that
you don't want to baby him, and I get that. And I get that.
I just don't think that's good for his career right now.
I get that.
2 years should be off the table.
I'm gonna be honest. I think you're right. I think you're speaking of his carear long term. I'm thinking short term, getting his confidence back.
Got you.
You ever play basketball and it's just not going in? Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you got to do some form shooting.
Right. I think Devin Haney has boxing in his blood, in his veins.
For sure. He was raised on it.
He was raised on boxing. I think he feels like a part of him is lost right now.
Yeah.
I think he needs to get back in there right away. I do not. And we've said it last episode, but new things have happened.
Yeah. It's interesting.
He needs to get back in there, bro.
It's interesting, how much issues he's had with Floyd, but how very similar they are, right? And I definitely think losing his O and the way that he lost his O.
In the way that he lost it.
In that format, it definitely defeated him for sure. It's evident. He's wearing it. Yeah. It's like a cheap cologne he's wearing. Like, damn, that shit stinks, bro.
Cheap cologne, yeah.
Put your phone down, Dad.
Yeah. I need him back. I think he should get back in there. I think he needs somebody a bit more popular than Martin.
Yeah,
that's another reason why I'm bringing up Subriel.
Oh yeah, super popular.
Subriel, especially coming off a terrible loss. I think we can see him at a point where maybe his confidence isn't the best right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And then imagine what his side would be thinking right now. They licking their chops. Devin Haney, let's get it.
Yeah.
So if Devin can come in there and give us Devin that we saw against Louisiana, what's my guy?
The Rougarou. Yeah, Regis
Prograis. Yeah, if we can see that, I think Devin's right back where he started. And then we can talk about a Ryan Garcia rematch.
Yeah.
Because right now, that ain't going to do numbers either, bro.
I'm going to be honest with you.
What's up, bro?
I don't know what weight we see Ryan at. He gonna enjoy this year.
Okay.
Ryan's gonna have a little year off. I got a question for you. I don't know if you know, but
what's up?
Is it a year from the fight date or a year from when they ruled?
I actually got that question. It would make sense that it's from when they ruled, but I
was gonna say, because if it's from the fight date, he's already a couple months in. He's chilling.
That don't make sense.
Yeah.
If it's like from the fight, that's like kind of I don't get that, because I had somebody else mention that, and I'm like, that just don't make too much sense to me for it to be from the fight. It makes sense that it's from the ruling, but I guess people are thinking of prison, like, oh, time served, but he wasn't in jail. Like time served comes from you sat in jail. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think it's interesting because technically, right, he finished the fight healthy. He would be able to fight. He could have fought whenever. He could have fought 2 weeks after, a big fight. So I wonder if it's from the fight date or not. Just wondering.
I don't think he took no damage.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just interested in how that works, because if it's from the fight day, he's already we about to see him soon.
That don't make no sense.
You know what I mean?
And that would be wild.
That would
if that's
be wild.
The case, right?
That would be wild.
Oh, and we got to talk about, since we're talking about the suspension now, man. And I guess this brings us into the next point of Ryan cheated and nobody cares, right?
Yeah.
I see a lot of confusion out there still.
Why do you think that is, though? I have a theory.
Let me hear your theory.
So my theory is, not all, but the majority of Ryan's fans are casual boxing fans.
I think they're social media people for the most part. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I think not understanding the severity of what could happen if you hurt someone, not understanding trying to keep the sport clean.
That's bigger. That's the biggest part to me, because hurt is gonna happen, dog.
Right, but it's like but when you're like a casual fan, they may not know Subriel Matias had a fight where he actually fought somebody and another person passed away. Like they don't know about these things because they're not watching the sport enough. Oh, nobody dies. Yeah. Nothing happens, right? Devin Haney's fine. He's rich, right? Nobody feels bad for rich people, right? Nobody feels bad for the guy that's flossing and we see your big G-Wagons and your jewelry, right? Nobody cares, right? So nobody feels bad for those type of things. But those are casual fans who don't know the severity of what could happen, right? They don't. Yeah. So I think it's a combination of the casual fans not knowing like how serious, the implications are. Right. You already got dynamite for hands, Ryan. You don't need any additions, that left hand. Right. Yeah. Stuff like that. Right. But, so and then just, I think just that overall, and then just the social media power that Ryan has. He's a star on there, man. He's a star, man.
Yeah, he's a star.
I think the combination of that storm, nobody cares.
Yeah. And I thought another part I thought you were going to mention is what we just talked about, like what we're seeing from Devin.
Oh, how corny is.
Yeah, that's not making people like you more.
He's not endearing to anybody right now.
You're definitely not endearing to anybody. And we just made an episode. We just talked about how we feel bad for him, and now we're like, "Yo, you looking a little corny, dog.
Put your phone down,
chill
bro.
A little bit, bro. Take his car keys." Take his phone.
Yeah, I saw him tweet like, I'm gonna go on vacation, and I would have loved that for you, bro. I said that Errol Spence type of look how endearing Errol has been on that run. He just did the press run with Frank, right? Because he's the promoter. He did fantastic interviews, nothing but in the you go to the comments, everything. Oh man, Errol's a great guy. They can't wait to see him back. He kind of like cleansed himself of everything that happened. I've even seen him. He even mentioned like, if Terrence fights Canelo, I'm in Terrence's corner. Like and I feel like time gives you that space.
Well, not just time, but one guy Errol Spence is anti-corny. Errol Spence has never been corny.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Never been corny. I never looked at Errol Spence for once and ever thought corny.
Yeah, he doesn't.
This guy is weird. He always been cool.
Yeah, stand up.
Always been a stand up dude.
Yeah,
always. Devin, the corny has been exposed, bro. I'm sorry.
It got exposed, bro.
Now it makes a little more sense why they kept saying private school.
You could pay for school, but you can't buy class. Is that the saying? Like it just is like, bro, you just look whack, bro.
Yeah. I'm sorry, dog. It's not a good look. But what's up?
I feel like he thinks he can change people's opinion, and it's like you can't sway people's opinion on how they feel about certain things and just let it go.
No, it actually makes it worse.
It makes it worse.
This makes it worse, dog. This makes it worse. Again, just the simple fact of, I'm not gonna fight him. Oh, now I want to fight him. This ain't a good look, brother.
Yeah, bro.
This is not a good look, man. So yes, okay. So let me get back to that right quick. Everybody's, I think, the majority or the casual fan, as you put it, or the social media fan, or whatever the case of Ryan Garcia, and even people who should know better. I see a lot of them mixing up Ostarine with steroids, and we got a little semantics thing that happens in the media, right? Where, and even Ryan, he'll say something, and I'm assuming he knows the difference. I'm gonna assume. I don't know his intellect. I don't know if he's a smart dude. I never met him, but they'll say something as simple as, I've seen Ryan say this a lot, by the way. I've never taken a steroid in my life. Well, yeah. Ostarine is not a steroid.
Right.
It's designed in the lab to give you similar effects with none of the downsides of a steroid.
Right.
So if I can, again, playing semantics, I can say I ain't never take a steroid, and somebody who doesn't know the difference, who doesn't know what Ostarine is, who doesn't know that, it's designed to give you some of the same effects without none of the bad sides of actual steroids.
Right.
So I can go on TV, I can go to church, I can go to Dion, I can go anywhere. Oh, did you take? I've never taken steroids in my life. I promise. I swear to God.
Like, I believe
telling
that guy.
the truth.
Yeah, I believe that guy.
Yeah, because he's telling the truth technically.
Right.
If you put him on a lie detector test, Ostarine is not a steroid.
I had some other people tell me, look at like the how small the percentage.
Okay, that's another thing.
Right. So what do you think about that?
I got the answers, dog. So even steroids, right?
Right.
Let's PD, steroids, whatever you want to call it. You're taking that while you're training, right? Remember we saw the fluids, the IVs. What do we think that's for? That's draining it out. And not only that, but you're taking it early in the camp. What you got, 8 weeks, 7 weeks, 9 weeks, whatever the case is.
Well, some people do way longer camps, yeah.
Wait, some people do. Mm-hmm. You take it at the beginning. You take it in the middle. By fight night, yes, you're getting a minuscule amount that is still left in your system. But with how they paint the narrative, with how they talk about it, they make people think like, oh no, it was just a small amount that ran. That ain't how it worked, dog. Right. That ain't how it worked. It's still in your blood. Like, and
people take maskers and things of that nature. It could be only that little bit. Right. You masked most of it, and only a little bit showed up. You shouldn't have any in your body at all.
But again, it ain't like and we tend to think about steroids and PEDs like Popeye and his spinach. It don't work like that. That is for when you're training. So that you just had all those advantages that came from you healing fast or getting all that extra boost during training.
Yeah, it's like
shows itself in the
calloused the body already.
Yes, perfect. Yeah. But people don't really realize that. So they're saying, "Oh, he had a small amount." I'm like, "Well, yeah, he probably took it months ago." Come on now, like it don't work how you think it works. But
100%. It's like two race cars. Any advantage of two Ferraris built up, you know what I mean? Like,
but one got a better engine.
Yeah, slightly. Like you use something that that you shouldn't have. You know, we use different gas or something. Yeah, right. It's like
that's
it matters,
bro.
It matters.
It matters. Yeah. Now again, we all saw the fight, dog.
Yeah,
my dog took them punches. So
that's
we all
the thing
saw
is
that.
It wasn't close. Yeah, that's the part. That's the part that people can't erase. It wasn't close.
Was not close. So Ryan has that working for him.
Yeah, the optics of Devin, the way Devin lost was just so.
Right.
He didn't have any moments.
Right, but we go back to that. If Ryan didn't have that, what I'm gonna call an unfair advantage, and I think the NYSAC agrees with me, the Athletic Commission of New York. If he didn't have that unfair advantage, right, in the preparation stages of the fight, would it have been as easy for him to get those shots through? Would it have been like he looked like he ain't break a sweat?
Right. Would he have been as conditioned?
Would he have been as like the dude? It looked easy for him, dog.
He was having the time.
He looked, and Devin was looking all exhausted, and he was getting hit with shots that was binging him every time. Like, it makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense. But this is a sport. There's a lot of money involved with Ryan Garcia. I think they talked about, who was it that said something? I can't remember who exactly talked about it, but they talked about the WBC possibly picking sides already.
Yeah, he's a promotional dynamo, bro. You got to stand behind it. You got to stand behind it. I think we see him at 147 though. If we see him again, I
like that.
He's already letting you know he can't make. He's not even close to 140.
I like that.
140. You know what I mean? 3 pounds over every time. He can't even get close.
I don't like that. I do like that for him, 147. But we'll see. It depends on what super fights are there at that time when he does come back. I don't know if there's a super fight for him at 147 for real right now, but I do know there's a super fight waiting at a catch weight.
Yeah, 2 good pay-per-views for him back to back. He could. I think Ryan's one of the few people where he can kind of do what he wants and dictate the coverage.
Right
and 100%.
Yeah,
he's the full promotion. He's gonna do crazy things, and he's fantastic for boxing.
Kid is good, man.
He's fantastic for boxing.
Kid is good. That's nice. The kid is good. The kid is good, and I got to give him credit, man. I would never agree with the Austrian thing.
Yeah, I'm never going to side on that as a purist. I'm never going to side on that.
I can't do it, bro.
I can't do it.
So that's why, even though I give him his respect because he's still a fighter.
Yeah.
He still has had a career built up. He still landed those shots, but at the same time, bro, you cheated, bro.
Disappointed, for sure. Disappointed.
I can't.
I was disappointed. I told this to a friend the other day that was trying to get me to see certain sides. I still like Ryan, right? Yeah. I was disappointed in Canelo when the tainted meat thing happened. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I was disappointed in the tainted Mexican meat. I was disappointed anytime a fighter tests positive. I'm disappointed. Mm. So I was disappointed in Ryan. But again, he had a great performance.
Right. I'm not sure how long the media will still be putting the confusion out there about the Austrian, because I think that's on purpose, because Ryan is such, like you said, I love that word, a dynamo.
Yeah, he's.
I think they want that confusion out there because
I don't think Ryan's missed an event. Not to even cut you off.
What do you mean?
Like every boxing fight I've watched, Ryan's been in the crowd. Like he's on tour. He's everywhere, bro.
The kid's a star, bro. You got like it's hard. Like you know what I mean? Like I get why nobody cares.
Yeah,
I get why nobody cares.
Yeah.
If he has a fight, I'm watching.
He's a star, man.
You know, but Devin Haney, bro. Like you don't need to take no breaks. Get back in the gym. I hope you are back there. Get your mental right, bro. See a sports therapist. Put your phone away, because the phone don't love you. And people on the other end of that phone don't love you, bro. Focus on the people that do love you. Get in the gym. You need to be back. And you need to be back against a monster, dog. I'm sorry. Ain't no easy street for you. If you take the easy street, it's over. I'm sorry. You take the easy street, it's over. You take a year off, it's over, bro. The beating was bad, but it wasn't Errol Spence. Errol Spence deserved that time off.
Yeah, he had 2 years.
Errol Spence deserved that time off. If I'm Devin Haney and I take 2 years, he talked about 1 or 2 years off. You do that, it's over for you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You do that, it's over for you. Am I way off though? Tell me if I sound crazy. No,
you're not off with that. You're not off with that.
We've been talking boxing together for a long time.
Yeah,
Tell me if I'm crazy.
That. I definitely think he should fight Paro or Sandor Martin. Though. If I'm guiding his career,
yeah,
I'm putting him in with Sandor Martin or Paro for sure. Not that Paro is easy.
He's not.
He's not easy, right? But a monster. Very few people could jump back in with a monster after your legs was just like that.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is he didn't look like a monster his last one.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
And if I'm Devin, I'm looking at what Paro did.
Paro's chin was able to stand up.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Yeah, Paro was able to take the punches.
I think I'm just, like you said earlier, I think I'm just thinking long term.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like. Because we had this image of Devin being like the 4 kings, and so I understand exactly what you're saying. But I'm like, man, that short term gratification, getting your swagger back and feeling good about yourself. You ever notice, like, sometimes you ever go for something, you need like a small win to get back to like the big thing? I feel like he just need a small win. He need a Kambosos fight. He needs one of them where everything's connecting. The jab is touching. He's throwing the right hand and it's hurting the opponent. You got to get that.
That ain't against Liam Paro though, bro.
No, not against Paro, but Martin. I think that's Sandor. I think that's Martin.
Martin looked good. Like,
yeah, but
he's awkward as hell.
He's awkward.
Well, okay, so
I'm not saying easy. I'm not saying easy.
So look at it from this perspective, right? Just a little bit more. Subriel is gonna most likely stay in front of you.
Yeah.
If I'm Devin at his tip top, jab, move, hook, up, down, like.
Straight,
I like that better for you.
I like that, but that straight right hand touch him. he got more knockouts, I'm sure, than Paro and Martin got fights.
Do your best moonwalking.
I can't.
Do your best moonwalking. Yeah. All I'm saying is a win, and granted, Paro has a belt, but
champion.
A win against Subriel means more to the boxing community because you called him a monster several times already.
Yeah, he's a tough guy.
You know what I'm saying? And right now, he's off a loss. And granted, this may not even be a fight for the year at all.
But
if Devin makes a dumb decision and does take that time, I think that's a dumb decision, bruh. Dumb decision to take that time off right now. I don't like it right now. With how we're seeing things and with long term for his career, I don't like it. I just don't like it, man. So I guess we can consider that what's next for Devin Haney.
For sure.
What's next for Ryan Garcia? You mentioned some of it earlier.
147. Take a little break. He's still on tour.
You know he ain't taking no damn break.
No, but I mean this year he got to sit down for the year, so he on tour.
Oh, that kind of break.
So he's sitting down anyway. Yeah, he gonna just be at every single event.
He gonna be at a WWE. He gonna be at a UFC.
He gonna be
movie.
That's where he gonna be talking shit to Dana. Then I'm gonna get up there. He gonna just keep his face in the public.
Yeah.
For this year and come back at 147. He's not gonna be able to make having a year off. He won't be able to make 143. So
damn. Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
Shit, he might have to fight Caleb. He keep talking like that.
Leave Caleb alone.
Leave Caleb alone. These guys haven't learned yet.
Leave Caleb alone, man.
Caleb's with it all. I don't know if he'll be a 168 champion again, but he's a champion in the streets, man. Caleb's with it all.
I actually would love to see him in we talked at Berlanga. I would love to see that.
I would love that.
And I don't even think it's fair for Berlanga to be fighting Canelo. Like they're still talking about that. But you know, whatever. It is what it is. Boxing politics, right? All right, so bruh, that was a lot to say about these two guys, man. Like I said, I hope that's it.
That's it, bro.
I really do hope that's it. All right, but we actually have two interesting fights this weekend.
Great weekend for fights. Yeah.
We're gonna pivot right quick, take a quick little commercial break, and come back with who you got. All right. Who you got? All right, and we are back from that non-commercial break. All right, this is who you got. This is where we talk about the fights that are upcoming, mostly the bigger fights, right? And and by the way, disclaimer: if you lose money with any of these decisions, because I think we had a few streaks of what we did get it wrong. It is what it is. We're human. All right. Disclaimer: this is not financial advice. All right, don't go betting your house,
bet responsibly,
your dog, and your car on none of this. Bet responsibly.
Anything you can afford to lose, only what you can afford to lose, right?
Because we're gonna be providing odds from some of the biggest matchmakers out there, from Vegas to the apps that you may use. Shout out to y'all out there. You know what I mean? But you guys make your own decision. Like I said, or like we said, bet responsibly. All right. Yep. Okay, so the first fight we're gonna be talking about right now is Jesse Bam Rodriguez versus Juan Francisco Estrada, a.k.a. El Gallo. All right. We talked in previous episodes.
What's the odds on that?
So it's minus 450.
Yeah.
In Bam's favor.
Okay.
And plus 400 for El Gallo.
There we go.
All right. So we did talk about, we ranted and raved about Bam in the past.
One of my favorite fighters.
Absolutely. It's beautiful watching him. I'm not going to front. I can't wait to watch that fight just to examine him. Yeah. Straight up. El Gallo's cool, but I'm going to be examining Bam. Yeah. Exactly. So I think that says it all. I'm going for Bam. How about you?
I'm going for Bam as well. I'm going for Bam. And I'm going to go for Bam because I think they're going to be fighting. I think Bam stops him in 10. But I think it's going to be explosive. But I just think the style that we get, I don't think this goes 12. It's just the style of both fighters.
I find it hard to see it going 12. I wouldn't mind it. Yeah. I get more, time to examine. But I think this is going to be a very active fight. I think these guys are going to be throwing a lot of punches. Yeah. And, we typically see that in the smaller divisions.
But both these guys can crack for their weight.
Both of them can actually crack. I think the movement, I think Bam's movement is going to give El Gallo a few problems. The angles, I think that's going to give Bam, El Gallo, a few problems.
Right.
A knockout, though?
It's tough, but
okay. So you call him before the 10th?
Yeah, Bam in
before 10th or at the 10th?
Bam in 10. So like anywhere from 8 to 10 is what I'm saying. 8 to 10 rounds, he stops him, but only because of the output. Not like he's this isn't some guy he's supposed to walk through.
Right.
It's just merely off the output that they're both going to be throwing. I trust Bam's defense a little bit more. Trust the angles a little bit more. Bam stops him.
I'm gonna go in 12, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in 12.
Okay.
I'm going 12. Yeah, but I think this is gonna be an action-packed fight, bro.
Shout out to Bam. He always is in good fights. He's always active. Bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I like that kid, man. I like him. All right, so shout out to both fighters, but we're going Bam.
Yeah.
All right, we're going Bam. That's it. All right, so the next fight, right? We got Teofimo Lopez, who is a minus 1100 right now.
Yeah.
And Steve Claggett. I've never seen Claggett fight, but he's plus 650, all right?
Yeah, this is belt to ass.
Those are the odds.
Yeah, this is belt to ass.
It depends on what Teofimo we get.
That's a fact.
He's kind of been...
That's a fact. Sometimes
been up and down,
yeah,
right?
sometimes he fights down to the level of his competition.
Bingo.
That's
so
true.
We'll see. Again, have you ever seen Claggett fight? I've never.
So I've seen Claggett fight. I want to say like once, and then I've heard fighters mention that he's more like a sparring guy. Like for a lot of the guys have sparred him that are good, which isn't good.
Why
too.
Is this? Yeah. Why are they making this? Why? It seems like it can't be mandatory then if that's the case.
Yeah, I don't.
This is an interesting choice.
I know he's ranked, but I know he's not a mandatory. I think he was in like. Yeah, I don't think. I'm not gonna guess, but he wasn't in the top 7. I don't think it wasn't one of those. Yeah,
okay. All right, so needless to say, you just said this is gonna be a spanking.
Yeah, about to.
So I'm definitely going Teo.
Yeah, this is.
I'm sorry.
This is a show for Teofimo Lopez for them to
Teo and 8.
Put it back on our minds that Teo's.
It's him.
It's him.
It's him.
Yeah. I'm with you. 6 to 8 rounds.
6 to 8.
6 to 8 rounds of domination.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's. We need to see that from Teo though.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to see that from Teo. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, he gets out on him. Yep.
All right, so we got some good boxing this weekend, bro.
That's all.
We got some good boxing this weekend, man. So, yeah, if that's it for you, that's it for me, dog.
As always, my dog. Man. Another great episode, bro.
This is amazing. Salute to you. That is another episode of the Pool Counter Podcast. Really appreciate y'all pulling up. Oh, and a quick little announcement, man. And we talked about it earlier, but we're gonna start doing lives, man. Just to be a little more consistent with y'all and bring something to the table for y'all to just kind of satiate y'all, to keep y'all busy. And it also keeps us talking about boxing.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying? Because like I said, everybody's busy. This isn't our day job. We got a lot of things going on in life, so that kind of makes it a little difficult for us to keep doing this. But we got y'all, all right? We're gonna figure out a schedule that'll work. And I'll definitely announce it on either the Instagram or YouTube, so you guys actually know what's going on, all right? But we're going to definitely start bringing y'all some live so we can just be a little quicker with the updates as far as what's going on in the world of boxing, all right? But like we said, I think that's all.
That's it, bro.
All right? Yeah. We out.
Follow the Pool Counter Podcast on IG and YouTube at the Pool Counter Pod and at Pool Counter Pod on Twitter. Available where you get your podcast. Show your host some love at WendyAntoine5 and email the show at thepoolcounterboxingpod@gmail.com. Appreciate you tuning in and supporting the movement. And remember, leave 5 stars, share the love. Peace.